I'm really pissed off with Kamala Harris. This clip of her talking about what they failed to do with Netanyahu totally vindicates me, because I've been saying this to all of you apologists of Kamala Harris, that she knew exactly what she was doing as vice president and presidential candidate when every single time she came out to speak, she spoke up for Israel and not against the war crimes and crimes against humanity that Netanyahu and his ilk alongside Israel were committing.
We should have spoken publicly about our criticism of the way that Netanyahu and his government were executing this war. We should have done more as an administration. We had more levers in terms of leverage that we did not use. And I write about this in the book. I look at this moment and I am happy that there is a ceasefire. We will see how long it lasts, that the hostages have been returned, but let's be very clear. Inhuman nature of what has happened to the Palestinian people in Gaza, the innocent civilians, the extent of hunger, famine, suffering, death, is something that we must acknowledge. And I recognize that.
What the hell are you clapping for her for? I mean, what the hell's wrong with people? Why in heaven's name are you clapping for her? She was part of the machinery that caused that freaking genocide in the freaking first place. And when she became presidential candidate, all she did was regurgitate the same October 7th lies that were debunked about beheaded babies, burnt babies, systemic widespread rape, in order to manufacture consent for the ongoing genocide of Palestinians. She knew what she was freaking doing. And you people sitting down there clapping for her because, you know what, I acknowledge. Are you mad? She should have acknowledged this from the get-go. She was a decent freaking human being, which she clearly is not. Oh my word, I'm so pissed off with her. And it's not about me not liking Kamala Harris. It's not even that. It's not about disliking her. I just have no respect for her right now. And I am angry with her. I'm angry with her because she is the descendant of the colonized on her mother's side and the descendant of the enslaved on her father's side. How in heaven's name could she stand with a freaking oppressor? Explain that to me. And the reason she did that was for her own self-ambition, her self-serving ambition. She's telling you they had the power to use levers. They did not. That was a political decision. She's telling you they could have publicly criticized Netanyahu and Israel. They chose not to. What does that tell you? Use the brain cells God gave you. And every single time she had to speak up, with the press questions. Let me tell you, she is a smart, intelligent, qualified lawyer. She knows that Israel was committing genocide and deliberately chose not to apply the law that she spent years studying and practicing to the crimes against humanity that was in front of her. Now, let me tell you something. If Kamala Harris had shown even an iota of humanity in speaking the truth like Zohran Mamdani does, honestly, she would not have hemorrhaged votes over Israel. I'm going to show you a prime example, because as old as Kamala Harris is, clearly age should come with wisdom, and it does not come off with her. I mean, listen to the way Mamdani responds to this usual gotcha question from the press about Netanyahu and freaking Israel. Look at how he responds with humanity. Look at how he controls the narrative. This is what Kamala Harris failed to do, because all she cared about is her Zionist paymasters, her political career, and she could not give a rat's ass about reading the freaking room and understanding that in this time, we need a leader that can stand up to Zionists and Israel. Listen to Mamdani.
Today, do you agree with Mr. Netanyahu's statement that Hamas is a terror organization that needs to be destroyed? And if you could speak the way he did on loudspeakers today to the 20 living hostages, what would your message be?
You know, I am not going to echo the words of Benjamin Netanyahu. I can, however, share my own words and say them right here, which is that my politics is built on a universality, and I can think of no better illustration of that than from the words of the hostage families themselves. Everyone for everyone. It is something that they have said for months. It is something that they have called for in not only understanding that those hostages must be released, but that this is intertwined with the end of this genocide. And there are so many of us who have called for ceasefires precisely because the greatest moment of relief, whether it be in the release of hostages or the ending of the Israeli military's killing of Palestinians, is in those very moments of the cessation of hostilities, of that ceasefire. And so when we call for this, it is a call for hostages and Palestinians alike, and understanding their dignity. And what has been so infuriating to me and to so many New Yorkers, frankly, is Benjamin Netanyahu's use of the hostages as a justification to continue a war that has only continued to endanger the lives of those very hostages, as well as of so many Palestinians. And to have a mayor who went to the United Nations to watch his address and then thank Benjamin Netanyahu for defending the Western world and our way of life.
Can you imagine?
Those are the words that Eric Adams shared. I can't even begin to explain the offense that that brings to New Yorkers across the 5 boroughs. How can we describe the killing of a child once an hour, every hour for close to 2 years as a defense of our way of life? That is not a way of life that any of us practice in this city. What we want in this city is dignity for all. And the hostage families have given us an understanding of how to showcase that. And I have appreciated the moments, especially also ones that I have shared with Controller Lander, where we have mourned the deaths of Israelis and Palestinians alike and understood that there is no competition for humanity.
Thank you.
There is only a struggle to ensure that it is extended to all people.
Thank you. Oh my God. Do you see how Mamdani owned that? Do you see how he did not center Jewish people in the pain and suffering of Palestinians? This is how you freaking do it. Do you see how Mamdani also really talked about the pain of Palestinians while also talking about the pain of, the hostage families? Look at how he used language to not tell lies, but to tell the truth. Do you see he was not regurgitating any of the October 7th lies? He talked about the fact that Palestinian children were being killed, how many every hour? He talked about his disgust of anybody praising Netanyahu. Kamala Harris does not have the ovaries or the leadership, for our time. And that video clip about, I just showed you, pisses me off so much. I mean, it really just proves she could have done things so much differently, but chose not to.